Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Steve.
And your girl Michelle.
And this is Through the Eyes of S&M.
The raw truth. What's up?
What's going on with you, girl? How's life?
Life's been so hectic and busy and crazy, but you know, I'm building my clients up. I literally am training like 24/7.
Dude, congratulations on your new clients. I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
You know,
It's
I'm
a lot
here.
some days, but it's busy. I love it though. I'd much rather train clients all day than sit in the office. So
Honestly, I would too. And I think a lot of people would at the end of the day.
yeah, it's fun. I work out all day. Now I'm like sore, but hey.
What you do, like three? You worked out with 3 of your clients today?
I had 6 clients. I worked out with 4 of them, and I did the same exercise with 3 of them for reps and sets, and oh my god.
You a savage.
My biceps never hurt this bad.
Well, how much I do biceps, mine do, so...
I hate arm
Just
day,
kidding.
okay? I hate it. But anyways, speaking of training, guys, we brought a special guest onto the episode today, and I'm very excited.
Yes, I'm very geeked. This guy, he's been a trainer for a very long time. Honestly, he works with me at the same club, not dance club, talking about the fitness club. But he trains here. He's actually one of our senior trainers here at the gym.
Lead trainer. Also PT director. So technically he is my boss if you really think about it. But he always says he's not. But he really is. But anyways, without any further ado. Let's welcome Mr. George onto the podcast.
Hello, thank you.
So,
Tell us about yourself, George.
Tell us about you. What's just who you are as a person before we get deep into like training and you're working out and everything else. Who are you?
Alright, I'm George. I've been doing personal training since 2000. I've been certified since 2012. I've done it part-time from there to I made it full-time here in 2018. So I had like a regular shop job, and then I finally made it full-time here. I've been doing it full-time.
Okay.
Now here since 2018 to 22.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That's awesome.
Years.
So, what really brought you into training, and like why? Like, what made you want to be a trainer?
So I started like going to like gyms when I was around 20, age about 20, 21, and then I was consistently going to the gym till now. And I always said like I used to overtrain. I used to like train for 2 to 3 hours at a time. Thought it was cool, and so I burnt I burnt my joints out. And I'm 40 now. When you turn 40, you gotta really change up your style.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I always thought back then, I was like, you know, I love the gym. You know, how can I live here? And I went to a personal like trainer school. I didn't have to do that, but it was a pretty good experience, and it set me up for the
teaches you a lot.
NSCA certification.
So for the school that you went to, was it like in person or was it online?
In person.
In person, okay.
Yeah, I drove from Fraser to Allen Park Monday through Thursday for about 18 months.
That's far.
Oh no,
That's a
for
lot.
anybody that doesn't know this area, that's like a 40 minute to an hour drive.
Yeah,
every day.
I got out of work. I worked from
She's a savage.
7 to 3:30, and then I left. I had a good window because leaving at 3:30, traffic really hits around 4:30.
Yeah.
So I would get through Detroit, and I had pretty good traffic, but.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that 4 days.
So basically, you just loved what you did, working out, so then you wanted to make it like a career and help others.
Yeah.
Is there any like huge reason of why, like you wanted, like all of a sudden you felt the need to help others with what you do?
Yeah, just I love being in the gym, and then helping people. And then while going through school, that helped me find my niche.
Mm-hmm.
Your niche.
And so the majority of my clients, I say about 80% of my clients are over the age of 50, and I specialize in training seniors and improving their activities of daily living.
Is that your preferred client, like seniors?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So you don't really like to go, you prefer not to train younger, but you will.
Yeah, I will. Well, kind of at the point now I only want. Yeah.
Now
You
all
only
he
want the
wants is the
seniors.
seniors.
Yeah.
They're a little slower, don't lift as heavy.
We love you, seniors.
Yes, we do. I love my senior clients. They make my day go by.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple, and honestly, they're a hoot.
Yeah.
They are a hoot.
The life stories they tell me, or just about their life, I just feel I thought mine was crazy.
I know.
There's just something else, but no, that's amazing.
And they're more committed. I have
That is
my
true.
Yes.
my
That
younger
is true.
crowd. I have a lot more cancellations, but I have one Richard Clark. I was just looking at a picture of us when he signed. It was 2018, my first year here, and it's like clockwork. He'll do his 52 weeks. He just resigns, does his one day, he never misses. If he has to miss a day,
It's for a major
he's
reason.
hard to get a hold of because he doesn't have a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't get a hold of me, imagine that. But he'll come in here and he'll make sure he'll get it in that week or something.
Yeah, yep. That's awesome.
That's I feel they're more committed, especially too because they realize how much benefit it has, especially at an older age. You're going down, you're getting weaker, things like that. It's easier to fall, everything. So I think they're more committed to this is really helping benefit my life, not just a day-to-day enjoying something, but it's truly benefiting them. So they love it.
Like you said, falling one out of 3 people that fall over the age of 65, it's life changing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they break something, they can
Yeah.
never walk again, something like that. So it's very huge.
So one thing, it's so hard to get young people. Young people are committed.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be committed for the first few months. They're in here. They're not missing their sessions, and then as time goes on, here comes the repetitive. Oh, I can't make it today. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, well, actually, I don't need you anymore. I can do this on my own. Well, you can't even come into the gym for your sessions. Yeah, I don't even see you in the gym. In my head,
As a trainer, you're not here on by yourself, so why are you going to come now?
Right.
You haven't been consistent, so the
If
biggest
there's-
thing with a trainer is we're the reason you're consistent.
right. If there's a way that, young people can realize that they need this for the rest of their life, instead of getting to the point when they get old, and be okay, I really wish I was stuck with it, this and that. Now I need to go back to a trainer. They stick with all this stuff. I mean, what can we do?
What can we do?
Anyways.
You can't push somebody against what they don't want. So you gotta just keep going. But I definitely feel our senior crowd is our consistent ones because they see the life changing benefits.
Yeah.
What's your
absolutely.
biggest accomplishment you would say with one of your clients? Something that you've done from the beginning to now that they've changed drastically.
I don't train him no more. I just train him for the first 52 weeks, and he still comes in here. Richard Domus, he has got with the cane. Well, he came in with a walker, and after that first year we got him, I trained him I'd have the walker walking with them, and he wouldn't be holding on. And he doesn't use his walker anymore. Still needs help with his cane.
But he got a lot stronger
off the
to where
wall.
he can bear his own. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
That's
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
And it started him up. He comes in here on his Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Pretty consistency too, so it built up a habit for him too.
Good.
That's good.
That's probably a good one.
What my question for you, George, is how do you deal with a difficult client? How do you deal with a difficult client? What
would, like, someone who's not consistent, someone who's giving you every excuse in the book, someone who doesn't want to put the work in, doesn't want to give the effort, hates everything you put them through, all that type of stuff. Like, that's, to me, difficult. When it's like, you're giving me issue after issue. You come in and tell me how awful this is. You hate it. You don't want to do it. You have an excuse of why you can't do this movement. That, like, it's just overall difficult.
Oh, I guess I've had one, like, yeah, he just he did not like coming to the gym at all.
Yeah.
So I would want him just to get some movement. So towards, like, the back half of it, I always used to call it, he guided the workout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's do this one. And I'm like, okay, but I would, like, structure it in a way that would be, like, beneficial for him. And, like, he was, like, I always called it, like, because normally the trainer guides the workout, he kind of guided it in a way, but at least he was coming in here,
right,
getting some movements and
knew
stuff.
he needed it, but he hated it still. And, you know, I feel like what you gotta do is you gotta just push them until they start to, like, want it themselves, but it's hard.
It is very hard to deal with a difficult client. I have a lot of those. Well, not anymore. I only have one that's a handful. But dealing with a difficult client, sometimes, like, for me, I get frustrated so easily. So, like, if a client is consistently, like, canceling on me, in my aspect, for me, if a client is consistently canceling on me, like, it becomes an issue for me, and then my attitude changes towards them. And it's a habit. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a habit of mine. Like, if you're always going to cancel on me, like, if every week, and I have a client that does this every single week. He actually did it this week. But every week, if you cancel with me every week, it just makes me feel you don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. But then again, I'm here to help you. A lot of people have a hard time getting into the gym. So it is our job as trainers, in a way, to motivate them and help them get into the gym. Mm-hmm. But it makes it hard when you are...
It makes it hard when you're taking advantage of what I do.
Yes.
And making it seem like it's nothing. I put a lot into my workouts. I put a lot into what I come up with you. I personalize specific things for you instead of just giving all my clients the same stuff. Sometimes they'll have the same movement in, like, a workout as my other client, but it will never be exactly the same. And, like, when I put all that time, like, my days are busy. When I take the time out of my day to write something and give it to you, and then, like, you don't show up, or you cancel, or you always have excuses, it just seems like you're taking advantage of, like, my, like, time and who I am and what I'm trying to do for you. So you're not appreciating the effort I put in.
Yeah, that's true.
So what would you say, like, your preferred style of training is?
Preferred style of training?
No, actually, before he answers that question, I want you to talk about your certification. So what are you certified in?
Let's talk about that. All your certifications.
Because this guy, let me tell you about this guy. This guy is always studying. If he is not with a client, he's in his van studying or watching something, but most likely studying, listening to a podcast, something that motivates him, learning something new. He's always, I will tell you, George is always learning something every single day. Like, this actually went through, or comes back to when we say we are always learning something each day in our podcast. I can't remember which podcast it was.
We say that all the time, yeah.
But as a trainer, we are learning every single day, no matter what. We're learning different exercises, we're learning different techniques, we're learning different movements, we're learning all this stuff. So George, go ahead and talk about your certs. What are you certified in?
Well, my main cert is the NSCA, the National Strength and Conditioning Association.
Okay.
That's what the school was based on, set that up for that one. And then I got, I use, because you got to keep getting continued education credits, so I use Exercise Etc.
Okay.
And they have a little bit more affordable certifications, but very thorough and stuff, and that's the one. And they're more, I mean, they're overall everything, but they really specialize in the senior training and stuff.
Okay.
I've taken a couple of their brains and balance certifications.
Oh my God! Yeah, he does that brains and balance
Yeah.
games.
Don't you end like all your workouts with like, or your group class? You have a senior group class, and you end it with like a
brain game
Yeah,
or
so,
something?
there's like, and they have. I bought them all. They're all like $1 a piece. That's all they're about, and then and they just come up with like just. And it's like, wow, and it does make your brain, brain work.
Because it's not just physical power and
It's
strength;
all
it's mental too, especially when you're getting older.
And your mental health is gonna help with, it's gonna help with your physical, being physically fit. It's gonna help with your mental fitness, and just like my most challenging client so far, and I have him currently. I train Jay, and he's got. With the Alzheimer's. And today was the first day he's been back in a couple weeks. He had like a really bad fall, and he was doing good. He went through the workout good and stuff, but then he overdid it a little bit, and we had some issues today. It was a little bit scary, but it's still, even for someone with Alzheimer's, it's good exercise. But that's what leads for the brain health and stuff, because I see that firsthand. And that's why I tell everyone, like, brain foods are a real thing, and like exercising, like do everything you can to work on that mental health, that brain health, because that does not look fun at all.
The crazy thing, the one time I don't know who I was training, but he was training Jay at that time, and they were playing something with the ball, and I think Jay got mad and like chucked it at him. It was like the funniest thing I ever seen. Like he just chucked it at you, and I was like cracking up.
He gets like really into it, and like, but today I had him do I was taking the bands from him, and he got me in my shoulder. He punched me, and then he was doing something with the ball, and he got me in the gut too, and I took a little beating today,
That's funny though, and it's cute. It's cute.
Yeah, but it's just not. I mean, you can't fault them. I mean, it's
you can't change it. You can't whatever. But at least you're helping him somewhat, instead of people who don't go and work out or do anything that have that don't really get any type of benefit, and it's just a downward spiral.
I give his wife Kathleen so much credit for. I'm only with him a half hour.
She's with him throughout the whole day.
Yeah, but when I first worked with him, and she sent me a long text saying you're such a. I've never met someone. You're such an old soul. I don't know. Guess I took it as a compliment. I'm old, but no. But no, I understand what she was saying though. But yeah,
that's awesome.
An old soul is someone who's been here forever that can really connect with multiple people.
Yeah.
So do you have any more certifications?
I took a boot camp gold class, which that's basically a boot camp for seniors.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I teach on Thursdays.
You do a lot of Tabata.
Yeah, yeah.
He loves some Tabata, let me tell you. George loves some Tabata.
Why don't you explain what Tabata is for the audience that doesn't know?
What Tabata is, it was Dr. Tabata, doctor from Japan. So he did a study of, he had a group, it was a cardiovascular study. So 3 days a week, same amount of participants in that. And so the 3 did steady state cardio for a half hour sessions of steady state cardio. And then you had a group do, so a Tabata is 20 seconds on, as hard as you can go, same exercise, and then 10 seconds rest, then repeat 20, 10 for 8 cycles, and it's 4 minutes and you're done. We had that group do only 4 minutes 3 times a week. The other group did, I believe it was a half hour for 3 times a week. With a group A, who did the 30 minutes, improved their cardiovascular fitness. The Tabata group that only did it for 4 minutes improved their cardiovascular fitness more than the 30-minute group. And the 30-minute group didn't raise any their muscular strength any, but the Tabata group.
So B didn't raise any muscular strength.
The B did. The 4 minutes group did. They did both. They increased cardiovascular strength more, and they increased their muscular strength. Versus the 30-minute only cardio group raised their cardio, but not as much.
So you do.
And they didn't do any strength at all.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it. It's pretty powerful, and it's 4 minutes. I mean, I'm not saying only do that, but like something in the morning is like very beneficial, and 4 minutes is. I mean, you can do. It doesn't have to be straight cardio. You could just do a set of bodyweight squats as many as you can in 20 seconds. Rest 20. Next day, maybe do push-ups. Next day, do some glute bridges. I just try, because even if you do a regular workout, something in the morning,
some type of functional movement and things like that.
It sets up your night's sleep by doing some type of exercise in the morning.
Yeah, I started thinking that I think I might go do, now it's getting warmer out, going and taking like a 20-minute walk in the morning, or there's a parking lot behind my house, go do like sprints, just to warm up in the morning and start my day correct, because it gets you mentally focused on life instead of being everywhere. A lot of people tend to just wake up and go on their phone and lay there.
That's me. That's me until I get out of bed. That is so me. But yeah, so yeah, you do Tabata, and then you also do a senior group class early in the morning. So tell us about the senior group class. What do you usually do there? I know you like to do station stuff, right?
So it's mostly stations. I always incorporate some type of balance exercise in a couple of the moves. Okay. I do a lot more. I do a lot more rows. I do cable rows. A lot more pull than push. Just because mostly, seniors, mostly though, all the population, more people are seated, so they're forward. So the more pull that we do, realigns ourselves. Because when you do push, still needed. You got to be able to push stuff off you if you fall. But we're always in that motion anyway, so we always want to do
the opposite.
Yeah, I say we at least 2 for every push, do 2 pull. Probably should be 3 to 1, but at least 2 to 1 pull versus push. So I always do a little bit more pull. If I do push for them, it's probably a ball slam, some type of power, because seniors and athletes, pretty much same thing. They need the deadlift. Some type of deadlift, because you got your laundry basket on the floor. They need to do agility like an athlete. They're going down in a store, and someone comes out with a shopping cart around the corner. they got to be able to juke and get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for agility usually? What are like some of your preferred?
I have like the hurdles, and I'll have them, go over it, so they're, doing step ups too, because they always got to be able to get those legs up, because you got the parking blocks, bathtub, and then I'll have them I have chairs set up, and I'll have them do like around, cut the corners, and weave through the aisle and through like different objects and stuff.
That's awesome.
As they turn, they turn around, then there's a chair there, then they're doing like a chair squat, so they get some squats in without even knowing it.
The crazy thing is, I've done George's class. I think it was Tabata class, if I wasn't mistaken. I've done your Tabata class. And I'm not a cardio kind of guy, okay? That's just, I think we already threw this out there before, but I do not like cardio. But
trying to get Steven to do cardio is like the biggest joke of my life.
Well, I'm actually doing cardio now because I'm on this whole different plan.
But we started the Stairmaster, and finally he does more than 2 seconds.
Well, George's class is no joke. Even though there are, mostly seniors in this class, that class had me sweating. Like I was trying to find every excuse to get up out of there. I'm not gonna lie. And I did leave. I think I did leave early, but I had to go. I had to do something, or I had a client or something. I can't remember. But
or an excuse.
Probably an excuse because it was too much cardio. But George's class is great. I love his class, especially his Tabata class and butts and guts. Oh, I think I did your butts and guts too. Yeah, you definitely have me at butts and guts because I'm all about the butt. Definitely not about the gut.
Oh my goodness. Okay, where was I? We asked and then we went into certifications instead.
Oh, we jumped.
Your preferred style of training.
Yes.
What is especially since you work with seniors and everything like that, what is your preferred go-to way of training? There's so many different ways out there.
I used to get a lot of half-hour sessions, so we do half hours and hour sessions. And I was just actually telling Jess, I can't remember the last half-hour session that I've done. Works out better, money-wise to do a half hour. I really try to persuade people with the value of an hour session, just because it breaks down cheaper. But number one, so I like to start with, they normally come in on their own and warm up, but even if they don't, they're going to get a warm up anyway for me. But I like to do some mobility training first, mainly for the hips and the shoulders. That's the two that have the most movement and they get to hurt the most. I like to warm. I go through every direction for the shoulders and then the hips too, get them all loose. And then I do strength training. I keep anyone basically from a 6 to 12 rep range, and then I'll go as long as their form is good, I'll go from we start from 12, higher the weight, and then the reps get lower and pyramid down, and then each week progressive overload. So they're getting stronger, building muscle. So I do the major muscle groups first, and then at the end I do the balance and core and some core planks, different variation planks and stuff for core at the end. And then I'd love to put people on the rower.
Yes, he freaking does.
Yeah. And it's also, they're getting that
for cardio and that pull.
That pull again. That's this cardio and pull, and then it's out of all the cardio machines, it does work the most amount of muscle.
Right. Definitely. What's another question you have, Steven?
My questions for George. What is your...
You don't know? What you want to ask? Okay.
I'm kind of like...
What do you find, like, most beneficial from training? Or, like, working with a trainer? You know, not just being active, not just being in the gym. What do you find most beneficial overall?
Like someone...
Yeah, like...
Hiring, having a trainer?
Yeah, someone having a trainer, someone, like, finding someone who's, like, to work with and to build their body how they, like, need it to be.
Probably number one is program design. A lot of people don't know what to do. That, I don't know, it's kind of a combination. That, accountability, you know, they know they're coming in here. Accountability and motivation. I don't know, it's kind of the three.
Yeah, there's a lot. It can't just be one.
Those are probably the three top. They get that program design, the accountability, and then the motivation because they know you're waiting on them.
Yeah, what do you think, like, your top number, like, one thing that, like, if you could help everybody in this world would be? Like, what is, like, number, like, one, the most important thing that, like, you see people struggle with in the world? Like, if you could help everybody. There's so many. Whatever.
You can have your nutrition and your workout to a perfect T. But if you're, and we are the most, like, stressed nation, if your stress is out of control, we probably sleep the worst. Mm-hmm. That's probably because of stress. Those two, it's going to be very hard to hit your goals without those two in alignment. And then, and what follows that in line is probably the number one is your, that's what I've been really trying to study, is like your hormones.
Yeah.
You could do everything right, but if you don't got your hormones, like, in balance, it's hard, you know, men and women, but especially women.
Your hormones affect everything. Your gut health affects your mental health. Everything just goes in line, and once one's downhill, the rest are.
Period.
Yeah. Well.
My question for George is, how do you deal with a client that wants a trainer, but they don't want a trainer, if that makes sense? Like, they want a trainer, but they don't want a trainer. Like, they want you to train them.
They need a trainer, but they feel like they don't.
They can, yeah.
They can do things on their own.
Yeah, very tough one.
We're making you think today.
That brain health.
Yes. Bring on the brain power. Brain power.
Like they have the...
Like they
have that fitness consultation.
Yeah, and they need a trainer, but, like, you see it in them. You see, like, this person really needs help. They really need someone to push them. But they're, like, in their mind, oh, I can do it myself, or, like, I don't need this, and they don't see the benefit. What is, like, something you do to, like, really show them what's beneficial after the workout and everything?
That's why, having it, you know, on paper and showing what they're doing. Well, not, I mean, it could be digital too, but and just showing what they're doing, or if they're on their own and they're trying it, you see them doing something, and then you correct it, and then they start feeling it, you know, where they're supposed to feel it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and then you just offer maybe like let's go through a regular, like, workout of mine, and, you know, I'll set something up and then
kind of show them. My biggest thing, I feel like, is showing them, like, that first day in their assessment, their confidence. Because a lot of people come to me and they're like, I'm so weak, I can't do anything, and then I hand them something and they get through it. And they're like, that was kind of easy. And I'm like, see, you're a lot stronger than you think you are. All right, up the weight. And it's like, mentally, they're like, oh, wow. Maybe she is kind of helping me because I would have never done this on my own. Mm-hmm. Or, oh, wow, maybe I really do need this because I would have never thought of that, or I would have never given myself, like, that credit or like be confident in what I'm doing. And like a lot of people are like, wow, if I would have done this, I would have hurt myself without her showing me really what it is. So I think there's multiple ways to deal with someone that's like they don't want it, but you can convince them that, like, not even convince them. I feel like that sounds like we're trying to like make everyone do it. But like, you know, if I really see someone struggling and like they really do need it, I put like my heart and my all into it, because like my thing is I don't really care about the money aspect. It's more like I want to help as many people as I can. Like if I see someone struggling, it breaks my heart, like in the gym, because I was there one day and like I feel like we all were, and it's like now I can use what I know and share it.
Well, you know, the crazy thing for me is I'm a little bit different, because like sometimes if I see someone struggling in the gym, I'm like the first one to be like, George, go help them. Like I'm like, George, go help.
The reason I probably says that because he knows I will. So I go to another gym now just because they have a kids club, and bring the kid and I bring a guest. Go to the Edge Fitness, and we wanted to use this fly machine, and this kid, he was getting up and he was like he was gonna blow his shoulder out, and like it was like just. Because flies, you know, there's a certain technique, and it's just a trainer in me. I just had to go. I'm like, do you mind if I show you, you know, the correct form? And you know, she's like, yeah, this is what he does all day. And so I sat down and I, you know, showed him, you know, the right form and how to do it and stuff. Yeah, I go up to.
Yeah,
you know, like he was a young cat, and it was
you got to, and
want to do that,
like
because I was there too in my early 20s, and I know people went up to me. I remember one time I was at Eastside Gym, my first gym, just an old hole in the wall at 9 in Gratiot, and I'm on the decline bench, and I get stuck. You're on the decline bench. You can't. You're not moving that bar.
No, yeah.
This guy he see me struggling. He just comes running, got over top of my body, just so he can lift the bar up, and then I was so thankful.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, people.
I try to watch, like, is some people like. They'll be like, oh, I don't want, especially me being a girl, it's a guy, and they're like, I don't want a girl telling me what to do, like, especially these young ones. And the other day, someone was squatting at my gym, and he was, I think, squatting almost, like, 400, okay? Like, no, like, support, no nothing, no spot or anything. And he dropped it, and it fell backwards. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, I'm good, no worries. And I'm like, you don't need to play it cool. Like, I'm not going to leave here and you kill yourself because you drop it on your neck. Like, did you see that video of that girl that, like, recently that shared? It was in, like, Texas or something like that, or Canada, where she was, like, squatting, like, with a bench under her, and she, like, went down, and it, like, was too heavy, and she leaned forward and it like crushed her neck between the bench.
Oh, jeez.
That was like just a thing that just releases like and like by the time they got it off her, like she was dead.
Damn.
And so like seeing those things, like those videos, is so scary to me that it's like I watch everyone, like, and I'll correct you. I'm like, listen, you're gonna mess your back up. Listen, you're gonna mess your hip up. Listen, you're gonna hurt something. So it's like I'm very big on like I will, because the last thing I need is somebody get injured in my gym where nobody else is besides me. But also I would hate to see somebody get injured and like ruin their whole fitness career, because one injury can take you out the game completely.
Oh, yeah.
And like so to see that, like, someone be messing up, like, I will. And, like, I feel like sometimes, like, because we go to another gym, too, and it's, like, I'll see something, and I'm like, listen, I hate to be like this, but, like, I can't. Like, this is my career. I gotta tell you, you're messing up, because I don't want to see somebody get hurt. Like,
you know, and I never want to see anyone get hurt. I want them to do it the right way, too. But, like, I'm just a weird individual.
You like, feel weird walking up to people. There's some that I like
do.
feel uncomfortable, and I'll be like, but I'm the only one here.
Like those, like we have like some kids in here, you know, whatever. Like if I see them doing something wrong, since I've seen them around, I've kind of talked to them. I kind of feel, I feel confident and comfortable enough to go talk to them. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna send George. So, but like if George wasn't here, like, and you know, there was a situation like that, I would have stepped in and done the right thing for sure. I would have put my pride aside, and sometimes you gotta definitely put your pride aside
and
and
step
do the right thing.
and do your thing. Not be so nervous. Sometimes like I'm nervous. Like, I don't know what you're gonna say to me.
I know.
But also like people in my gym are really weird and creepy with me, so I'm also like
because you're so beautiful.
I know, thank you. But I think I kind of want to like end things with. We always do 3 workouts at the end of our podcast episode, and I kind of want you, George, to kind of explain. We do like 3 basic workouts that you can explain, and I want you to kind of give like your 3 like top 3 things like that are basic that you would give to a beginner that you're starting. It could be legs, it could be upper body, it could be full body, it could be core, it could be cardio, it could be whatever you want.
Like workout,
just an exercise.
Or exercise.
You have 3.
Before we even get to that point, I want to ask George this question.
Now you come up with
I know. Now I come up with Okay. So, George, you do a lot of walking and stuff. You do a lot of stuff on the treadmill, personally. Okay. My question to you is, a lot of people have these mixed feelings. I personally don't think treadmill is that beneficial. But that's just everyone has their own, opinions. What do you think? Now, my question really is, are you burning more calories running versus working out? Which one are you burning the most?
No. Yeah, I don't do the treadmill to like burn. Sure enough, they have bonus to burn calories. I do it to get my steps in. Like the average American takes about 3,500 or less steps a day.
Okay.
And the daily prescription for steps should be 10,000. And even, I'm on my feet all day, training and stuff, but a lot of times I'm just standing there. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes I'll sit. If they're on the ground, I'll sit, but I'm standing there. So I don't you think I have a lot of steps, but I don't. I'm standing there. And a lot of times that's how I'm here, and I'll watch some YouTube videos, that course I'm doing for health coaching. I'll watch an episode of The Walking Dead, and instead of like sitting, not that I'll go sit in my car, but I want to move too. That's what a lot of times I do. I'm being more active, getting my steps in. But no, like strength training is this guy I really follow and stuff. He's over 45, and at 40, he's seen his first set of abs, and he always talks about like this. He doesn't believe in like you need to kill it with cardio.
Boom.
Like you can strength training, progressive overload, getting stronger because your best fat burner is muscle. The more muscle you have, the more your metabolic system is going to work in your body. Mm-hmm. He is a believer of getting your steps in, the 10,000 a day. But he said between the strength training and getting stronger, and like the most important part, your nutrition on point is enough. But he does do 1 or 2 hit high intensity training days, but no more than like maybe twice a week, 10 to 20 minutes tops.
So most of the time he's doing heavy lifting.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question, I love that. I just love that.
But yeah, I try to aim. I wear one of those things. That's why I miss about the watch, just to make sure I'm getting my steps.
Yeah, me and him used to compete on the watch, and I used to get so mad at him because he always beat me. Like he was always ahead of me, and then one time I was almost catching up. Boom! Blew right out of the water. And I'm like, bro, I can't catch a break. Like, he's always walking. He always got his steps in. He worked out way before I did. And he burned more calories than me. So, I mean, obviously, I always get mad at him every time.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start doing when I'm bored at work instead of just sitting here or something. Like, go watch a video and like walk on the treadmill. Like, no intense thing, just kind of like walk.
Just to do it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's important, you know, young, old, middle age, whatever, that we're proactive in everything, you know, on an everyday basis, really.
Yeah.
I think we should be, you know, because sitting around, think about it. I spend half my day sitting looking at a computer screen, okay, for work. And then I come here and I'm standing, and then by the time I come here, I'm about dead tired. I don't want to really be here because I just want to go to bed because I was looking at a computer screen all day. But it's like, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, training my clients, things like that, but I'm not moving. So when you're moving, you kind of have that different mentality when you're always... What's the word I look for? When you're always moving.
When you're always active?
Yeah. No, we can use that word because I can't remember.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
But yeah, anyways, that was my question, George.
So 3 workouts,
Three
exercises. 3 exercises you find that you like. Could be anything.
Oh, we'll start with... Well, I like to keep the basics around the compound exercises. The more muscle groups you work, for the better metabolic effect you have on your body.
Mm-hmm.
So some type of row. It could be a single arm, bent over row with dumbbells. Just because I love I'm a dumbbell guy, but I always have, just because because when you use a barbell, sure they're real good for strength, but more joint friendly to use dumbbells. And then you got both sides. One side's not, for sure is not helping more. So a lot of people can't have that big arch in their back. So I have them do an incline on their stomach on a barbell or on a bench and use dumbbells. I like to angle them in a little bit towards each other, not all the way, just a little bit, because it's a little bit better for your shoulder. And then I'm a big, 1 second up. A lot of people, they use a lot of weight, so they're like going real fast. But if you use a little bit less weight and go 1 second up, about a half second squeeze, and about 3 or 4 seconds down, you got lighter weight, but you got about 4.5 seconds under muscle tension versus maybe 1.5 seconds with that heavier weight. And then same thing, I like the incline or flat bench dumbbell presses for chest. Again, angle them in straight up and then slower down, and then that's 2. So I like the dumbbell incline press, some type of row. Could be cables. Cables are super good.
I like cables.
Yeah,
I love
Cables are my favorite.
especially for back. Yeah, especially for back, really good. And this one to help out, because a lot of people always like for the assessment, I'll have them do like a squat, a bodyweight squat, just to see. And most people, just because of our sitting culture, those knees go directly over the toes a lot of times. So my first corrective exercise is I'd have them do a stability ball wall squat, so their feet are out for sure. And I have them do those for the first program, and then I do that reassessment, and 9 times out of 10 they're
changed.
They're doing their knees are staying at least in the line with those toes.
Yeah.
So those are probably my 3 right there.
Okay. Well,
I think that's all.
yeah, that is. I mean, I literally had a pleasure having George here.
Yes.
Hearing him talk about all this insightful information that you guys can take in and
changed it up a little bit today. We brought you something new. Maybe we'll have George back on here at another time. We'll talk about something. But thank you for joining us today.
Yes, I had.
We appreciate you.
This was
Please don't be a stranger. It felt like it was hard to get George to do this for a minute.
Yeah, we've been trying, but
it was a lot.
But we did it, and we appreciate you.
I do want to say this. I'd like to congratulate George, as he is going to be a daddy. And I would like to congratulate you, my friend, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Okay.
That caught her off guard. But I just want everyone to know that, here at Anytime Fitness or wherever fitness that you go to, but here at Anytime Fitness, we are very family oriented here. And, whatever's going on in our lives, personal lives, we're always there for each other. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make that known for George. If you ever need something or you need the ear or anything like that, we're always here for you.
Yes, we're always here.
Yeah.
I don't want kids, but thank God
I'll babysit.
I'll be the uncle.
Exciting and nervous at the same time.
There we go. Well, thanks guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
We will see you next time.
Hey.
Good one.